Residents of a St. Charles County mobile home park are wading through water to get home. Some of them are asking why the city isn't doing more to protect the park. Investigative reporter Chris Negus got answers today.
The streets of Deerfield Village are still open to cars, but some are floating out on rafts. Others are carrying their possessions through the rising floodwaters. Frank GORIS is one of them. Do you have flood insurance?
No, I couldn't afford it. At the time, I couldn't afford it, and I never thought about getting it.
He's not alone. Residents like Pam Upton did not expect this. She remembers high water in 2008.
No water got in the park.
Upton says the city placed sandbags at the rear of the park back then, and it worked. But this time around, that plan isn't in place.
I spoke with Penny, our manager of the trailer park, last night, and she told me specifically that the city of St. Charles told the owners not to sandbag.
We've had a lot of residents that are kind of curious about why our response is different this year than it was then.
Captain Kelly HUNSEL says the water wasn't as high in 2008, and the sandbag barrier needed was much shorter back then. She says this effort would have required 60,000 sandbags stretched over 6,000 feet.
So in order to protect that entire community and provide 60,000 sandbags, that would have been a huge undertaking. It just wouldn't have been feasible before the water came in.
Although the water surrounds the park's nearly 300 homes, so far they haven't been breached. But getting home is getting trickier by the day for residents like Upton. She and her brother are taking care of 18 cats inside her home. Many of them are stray. She worries what will happen next.
I don't know what I'll do with the animals, and I don't want to just let them back out into the water.
Upton says she's tried calling local animal shelters, but she says she was told they're full. Captain HUNSEL is also asking any resident who must drive in the park, like you see right here, to drive slowly because the weight created can damage homes. Although evacuations aren't mandatory, St. Charles first responders say the high water could delay response times. Something to keep in mind if you're deciding to stay put. Chris Negus, News 4.